Oh, hello there. Welcome to the channel. I'm Chronofx. I hand paint miniatures and talk about stuff. And before I get into the video, I just wanted to try this new freeform intro kind of thing, without a script or any of that other stuff. Today, I'm going to be showing off a Hive Tyrant that I kitbashed with a Norn Assimilator. Like most great kitbashes, it came out of the urge to make and create my own unique looking character and save money at the same time. I do have a little bonus before I show that off though. I'm just going to do a little sneak peek of how I saved money with an additional kitbash using a box of Venomthropes. I was able to get the Neurothropes, those things, the big brain ones. I was able to get the Neurothropes and the Venomthropes out of a single box, so you know, that's a great way to save money. But yeah, you know, like, subscribe, stay tuned. Sorry I was a little late on this upload, but as the name implies, Chronofx does have Crohn's and his tummy was hurting for a couple days. But hey, I'm here, I'm going to be uploading regularly, and I have a couple unique models I want to paint. And yeah, you know, like, subscribe, and thanks again, and let me know if you like this freestyle sort of approach to the intro of the video. And thanks, see ya. So to start off, I want to show my Zoanthropes led by the Neurothrope. This is the From the Box set. Right after, I show my Venomthropes that are made with some of the plastic, 3D printed bottom tentacle, and green stuff for the spore sacs and the chest / rib cage piece on the Tyranids. I'll show that here soon. I really like that the mouth tentacles and arm tentacles really look wild and draw away from the chest piece. I wasn't able to do it very detailed because I wasn't very comfortable modeling the green stuff because it was my first time working with it and I didn't really have the tools at the time. Here is the Krylon Color Max primer that I use on all my models before I paint them, and the Army Painter green stuff that I use for this video. You want to mix the yellow and blue sides of the Army Painter, and once you begin to do that, it will start a chemical reaction that will begin to harden over 24 hours, and it will become much more difficult to work with. So try not to use more than you can handle at a time. I used a lot here because the last little bit I had on one of them was starting to go dry, so I just used as much as possible. Here I was trying to fill in this groin piece. I didn't have anything to fill it in. One of my friends 3D printed that top piece of the Hive Tyrant for me, but I forgot to ask about a bottom piece. So here you can see me messing with that piece of Tyrannid flesh that's actually from the neck of the Norn Assimilator. I cut that down to use in this kitbash earlier, checking it out, and realized that that was almost like a perfect fit. So you can see me trying to fit it, cut it down a little bit, and here's me applying the green stuff. I was very generous with it because I didn't want to risk it coming apart, and outside of using it with the Venomthropes, this is my first time using it as almost like a way to seal and keep things together. But you know, I tried to push it in so that it blends evenly and doesn't have too rough of a texture, so that I can work with it when it's not too lumpy, you know, when it's a nice thin texture. But here you can see it's a little dried out, so I was pushing a little hard with it here. Next, I wanted to address that groin area where it comes down. It looks a little incomplete there, and I didn't like the way that the Tyrannid flesh in the groin went vertical instead of horizontal like the legs and necks. So I got this part here that was actually meant for the tail, and I didn't realize it till later. So, and you can see to the right there how I solved that later and added a little bit of extra flair to it, but you'll see that later. Here I used some more green stuff and applied it. I had it leaning the way that the Tyrannid was stepping forward, so it kind of matched the geometry or the angle of the body. And here I am just, you know, double checking, making sure it fit in a nice consistent way. You know, you don't want to mess with it too much once you get it on there, but it was still fresh, so I was adjusting things a lot and tweaking things here and there. You don't want to wait too long and go back, because when it becomes aged, it becomes more brittle. At one point I accidentally knocked the top body off and had to reattach it with extra green stuff, and it was kind of a pain in the butt. Here's my first attempt at attaching it though, and the back part needed a lot because there's a bunch of empty space there, so I was trying to fill that in completely with the green stuff. So I decided to just put the green stuff on in the back, heavy, get it to where I can make it look like part of the muscle of the Tyranids, and then I just plop the rest of it on there. When I put it on, I try to wait a little bit so that it starts to, like, I don't know, form that seal, stay together, and then I'll work with it a little bit afterwards without trying to disturb it too much. Next, I attach the head in a similar manner. Here I use the Norn Assimilator head. You can still use a Swarmlord head or something. There's plenty of heads left over in the default box, but I cut the neck down, made it look like it fit the body of the Hive Tyrant proportionally. I wanted him to have a big meaty neck and an intimidating gaze. Next would be deciding on the arms for your Swarmlord and painting. First I want to show off a default box Swarmlord with the Leviathan paint scheme that my friend did. I think it looks amazing. I really like the black, I guess you'd call it like the black watercolor staining that he does over the shell. It really gives it like the depth that you can see in the shell. It was something that I wasn't able to do when I started, and I had like absolutely no idea how to comprehend, which is why I went with that like nice copper Titan look. But I think his looks great, and I love the red bone swords. So here's my finished Swarmlord. I liked to use two of those large harpoon-like appendages from the Assimilator. It hides the areas that I had to use with a lot of green stuff, draws the eyes away from it, and it looks protective and commanding. Similarly with the whip and bone sword. And if you are interested in watching my process for painting, I just got a tripod, so let me know in the comments. I can paint some Tyranids, I can talk about my Hive fleet, and I do have many other surprises planned. Thank you again, and goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and share as well.